Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Trugram, and this is going to be episode 13 of Let's Complete the Pokedex in Pokemon Red and Blue. And what you saw right there was I was standing in that spot. That's where the TM45 is for Earthquake, which I believe I taught to my Nidoqueen, or I teach it to my Nidoqueen in this video. But basically the reason why I was standing there was just to show off that on the 10th floor, that is where you get Earthquake, because it's significant to where I got it, basically, to use for my Pokemon. I think I'd give it to him right here, or give it to her, because it's a queen, right here. But, yeah, I was basically looking for it off screen, because I remembered that it was in, at least in Red and Blue, it's in the Silphco. That's what this is, right? Yeah, it's Silphco. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, it's, you get it as the reward for beating Giovanni in the 8th gym. But, in this game, it's here, and I remembered that it was here, but I couldn't find it, and then I accidentally picked it up, off screen when I was training again, or when I was battling the trainers that I wasn't gonna battle on screen, because they weren't important. And so, yeah. Kinda actually wanted to show myself picking that up in the playthrough, but unfortunately that's not how it worked out. Anyway, in this episode we're basically going to be taking on 2 major fights and picking up a couple of important items, mainly the Master Ball after defeating Giovanni, and then we're going to be taking on the 6th gym before we take on the 5th gym, because we're rebels. Yeah, also 50 Pokemon in the Pokedex, 1/3 of the way there as at this video. But I think we're gonna make a quick progress towards the end, because actually catching the first stage of the Pokemon is gonna take a lot more time as far as screen time to get the Pokemon to evolve, because or than it will take to get the Pokemon to evolve, because I'm gonna do a lot of that grinding off screen and just show the actual evolution, because the grinding is not really all that necessary. But yeah, Giovanni, just like all other Team Rocket members, basically uses a lot of poison type Pokemon, making ground very effective, as well as making psychic very effective. For that reason, I chose to start off with Thomas, because basically Dig is powerful, and I wanted to use Dig. But besides Dig, my 2 other options are Marcel and Queen Elizabeth, because Earthquake and I don't think I got Psychic yet, and the Confusion are the 2 best ways to go. Since giving Elizabeth Earthquake, she actually has become pretty much one of the main powerhouses of the team, because very soon she'll be getting Surf as well, and then she'll have pretty much almost her final moveset with Body Slam, Earthquake, Surf, and then I don't remember what my last move is. Something that I'm probably never going to use. But anyway, as you can probably tell, Elizabeth has actually some pretty well damaging moves, and as you can also see, I'm definitely derping around with my move switching to try to get Earthquake first. I couldn't seem to work it out properly for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, Earthquake, as you can see, Earthquake it does a lot, and you'll continue to see that as I continue to use Earthquake throughout the entirety of the playthrough, the rest of the playthrough, basically, as one of my prime damaging moves. I really like Elizabeth now. I was kind of questioning my decision for her at first, because basically all she had going for her was Body Slam. She didn't gain the boosted experience that some of my traded guys did, but I ended up making feeling like I made a good decision now that she has good moves. I feel like Nidoqueen is one of the only Pokemon that I can say he or she for, because the split between the lack of genders, not the split of genders. The lack of genders in Red and Blue makes it so you can't really give a gender to any of the Pokemon, except Queen is always female. So that's that is a quick history lesson for you. There's never been a male queen. Relevant history lesson. I didn't really want to use Marcel for the fight with Giovanni just because Thomas was kind of not super high on levels, and I don't really have any opportunities coming up to use him that much. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't know, just also because having the Rhydon or Rhyhorn in this is what it is in this video. I wanted to use Mega Drain because the times 4 effective power. But yeah, as you can see, we get the Master Ball as thanks from the Sylph President for saving his company, and that will end up helping us out a lot, making catching certain Pokemon a lot easier, which is a good thing. Taking a lot of time to catch Pokemon kind of sucks. Speaking of that, in only a few episodes, we will be making our way to the worst portion of the game for people that are attempting to complete the Pokedex, the Safari Zone. The Safari Zone is so frustrating if you're trying to complete the Pokedex. It is ridiculous because the bait, throw rock, throw ball mechanic, and the limited steps and the low encounter rate of some of the Pokemon is terrible. It's really, really bad. Like, I've never really caught Pokemon from the Safari Zone as a kid, because I know how not fun it is to use the Safari Zone. It's really a pain in the ass. It is hard. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to catch all the Pokemon in the Safari Zone. I think the only one that I ever caught occasionally was like a Dratini, and I think I used the Safari Zone most in 3rd gen, but I never really caught all that much as far as Pokemon. I just kind of went in, and then I tried to catch Pokemon, and I ended up not really catching them, because I'm terrible at the game. But, no, in all seriousness, I never really used the Safari Zone in any game because of the mechanics of it. I wish it was just like an area where you could catch cool Pokemon the real way. At least not with the catch the Pokemon with the using the bait and stuff mechanic. It sucks. I wish they just had HP and you could like put them to sleep and lower their HP to make them catchable. But that's not how it goes. Basically, all of these battles are really repetitive. It's basically just me trying to level up Growlithe, which, spoiler alert, I believe in coming up very soon, I decide to abandon Sheila because she's really not all that useful to us. There's not really a big use for fire types at this point in the game, and she's kind of lagging behind, doesn't really learn all that great of moves via TM. And I actually really wanted to use her, but because I gave her like kind of a feminine name, but I really wanted to use it, but I ended up not. Basically after this gym, because I wanted to use I wanted to be able to use a Pokemon that or I want to be able to rotate in Pokemon that I can level to try to get them closer to evolution, so that I can quicken up the process of, or speed up the process of catching Pokemon and getting them into and evolving them and getting their information into my dex. But why did I not cut this out? I left, and then I seem to have made an oversight in edit. Oh no, I go to get items. I wanted to show you guys that I got items. I didn't make an oversight in editing. Or would that be an oversight or an under? I don't know. Basically I didn't mess up editing. I wanted to show you guys that I got items at the mart because I wanted to be able to win the game. No, but it was really not a very interesting gym as far as the battles. I basically used Sheila and that was about it. I used other Pokemon, but they're just not that interesting of battles. The whole thing can be summarized by a much more interesting battle between myself and Sabrina. But yeah, as soon as I finish with this, I believe very soon that you guys are gonna get to see a battle that was absolutely hilarious. I literally laughed out loud for 25 seconds, and then something around that time because of the battle. It was actually a pretty funny battle because, I mean, it wasn't the first time this had happened in a video or ever in the history of Pokemon, but it was actually really funny the way I went about doing it. I don't know, the way the battle ended up working out, and I cut 2 battles I think right there accidentally. I kind of teleported without realizing that I teleported. That was a strange editing fluff. But yeah, here's the battle, and started out just like any other battle. There's just one hunter, level 38, and I believe I decided to end up just sacrificing Sheila right here because I actually end up switching out. I thought that I sacrificed him, but I ended up going to Thomas, and basically none of my guys really do anything. I get put to sleep, and then I should have used the Pokemon Flute. I just didn't think of it, and I have to remember to think about using the Pokemon Flute anytime my Pokemon are put to sleep, because it's a free awakening, and I could have been awake and actually done something if I had realized that I could have used it. I never think to use the Poke Flute when I'm playing this game. I mean, my dudes are asleep. I could easily do it, but I decided not to. So yeah, now I switch out into 9 levels lower Ducks, and basically Ducks can take 1 Nightshade, and then Ducks will be dead. And so I just decided that, you know what, I'll troll with the trying to sand attack. I thought I was gonna die right here, but I ended up living with 1. I get a lower damage roll, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this again. I ended up getting 2 sand attacks off, and then decide, let's do it again. And that's 3 misses in a row. And now it's time to use Peck. Haunter has pretty piss poor physical defense, so Peck doesn't end up doing that bad. But it's not doing enough for me. Let's Swords Dance up and go for another Peck. Hypnosis didn't affect. It missed. I never understood the difference between it, like a status move saying that they don't affect a Pokemon as opposed to saying they missed. When they say it doesn't affect the Pokemon, do they just mean that it missed, or does it mean that it just didn't affect it, like, for some other reason? Because I'm pretty sure it just means it missed, but I'm not 100%. But yeah, as you can see, I totally trolled that Haunter with Ducks, and it was awesome. I thought that was a really, really funny battle, actually. But yeah, I leave to go heal, and then now we get ready to take on the ultimate challenge of this area. As a kid, I used to always get lost with these teleportation tiles, so I came up with a very specific strategy. You walk to the one parallel to you, either to the left or right, and only to the left or right, because otherwise it makes it easy to get lost. And if you keep just going parallel, eventually you get to Sabrina, I believe. Except I went up that one because I started deciding to just go up, because I was like, I'm not getting anywhere. Yeah. I didn't want to get lost. It's basically the whole thing here. So I end up just very meticulously changing where I go and what I do. And yeah, basically it's time to take on Sabrina. The strategy against Sabrina is basically I'm gonna have to use my heavy hitters. I already know that, and I'm pretty much not gonna be able to use ducks, but I foolishly put ducks in the front, thinking that I can get a couple levels. I completely underestimated the power of Sabrina, at least at first, but pretty much as soon as I got in the battle and I saw the levels, I was like, oh crap, she's not fucking around. I gotta actually do well with the thing and the stuff, because that's a level 38 Kadabra. I was like, maybe I can try with to do a little ducks trolling again, 2-for-1 special. Not the case. But Roshi actually ends up doing quite a bit of work, being fully evolved and having fairly high defenses and a decent enough HP stat, as well as being level 38. It takes a good amount of hits. Unfortunately, he gets critted quite a bit. I mean, as you can see, Bite is a 2-hit KO, but it takes so long before he's able to kill because of... Well, I mean, Psychic is just a more powerful move. It does a lot more. But still, I mean, I can take 2, but it crit. If I can take 2 of them, I want to just be able to take 2 of them and then bite. And so finally it doesn't crit, and then he recovers. So yeah, this battle was a lot longer than it needed to be. Just no crit. I could have just used bite twice and won. That wasn't the case. 'Cause crit. Super trolled by Kadabra. And it was not good. But basically, my second strategy after having Roshi go down was kill this guy off with Marcel, because I mean, I know that I can from that range with the T-Bolt, even with the fairly high special stat of Kadabra. And now that there's a Mr. Mime, I was gonna revive Roshi and just keep going with Roshi, set up a light screen, and then use a revive, heal up Roshi, and pretty much use him for the rest of the time. But then when I saw Mr. Mime, I was like, it's time for the mirror match. One of the very annoying mechanics of double slap, actually, in this generation, is the fact that double slap, if it crits every time it hits. So if you get hit 5 times by a crit, you get hit 10 times, basically. That's the damage you take. And it's definitely a lot. I think it's dumb that crits are for all 5. If you get 1 crit, I think maybe you should have a chance to crit all 5 times. But I mean, as you can see right here, the crit makes it kind of do a lot more. That was only 2 hits. It did the damage of 4 hits. I really wasn't trying to take all that many hits, because that's the heavy hitters are really just starting to come out. Fortunately enough, though, Sabrina has a Venomoth that I can easily deal with the Psychic, because Marcel packs a big punch. My 2 heaviest hitters at this point in the game, since getting Earthquake on Elizabeth and Psychic on Marcel, are Earthquake and Psychic from the aforementioned pokes. Basically, they're going to be what I'm going to anytime there's a big, scary opponent that needs to be dealt with immediately. Psychic and Ground are very versatile moves, especially without the Dark type, or the Dark typing in this game, and without abilities like Levitate, and basically making Ground and Flying, or Ground and Psychic very effective. There's really no type good at taking Psychic hits. The only type that can really take a Ground hit very well is Flying, because they take nothing. But other than that, Ground is super effective against 3 types: poison, fire, and rock, and it is a lot more effective, and it's neutral to everything else but grass, which is really not all that effective. And here's a case of stupid first generation AI. Alakazam is just going to recover over and over and over while I drop its accuracy to -6. And I already have a light screen up. The light screen mechanics are completely different in this game, so I was freely able to get up a light screen and because I believe light screen lasts for the whole match when in this gen when you do that stuff. But so I was freely allowed to switch into Roshi, heal him up to full, and yeah, now he just misses the rest of his moves. It was nice knowing you, Alakazam. But yeah, so the episode is basically over. It's just he hits a Psy Wave, but he doesn't hit anything strong enough to kill me. I believe he recovers right here, but there's really nothing that he can do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. A little bit more of a battle-heavy episode. Still didn't show off that many battles, but pretty much showed all the interesting ones. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Let's Complete the Pokedex. And in the next one, we'll be catching quite a few Pokemon, actually. We kind of finished with the story portion of this area, and we've gotten into a very much Pokemon-heavy portion of the game from now on, without having Team Rocket in the way anymore, not allowing us to advance. It's pretty much Pokemon Blitz at this point for catching and leveling Pokemon to get the remaining 151. We only have 2 gyms left, and we have a lot of opportunities to catch a wide variety of different Pokemon, especially with the Safari Zone and all of that. And I just wanted to show off that is indeed the 6th gym badge that you can get before the 5th. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time for the beginning of Pokemon.